5 simple steps to kicking a drop punt. First step is all about the grip and how you hold the football. You want to make sure you run your hands down the football with your middle index finger even running down the stitches on the side of the football, and you hold both hands evenly on either side. You don't want to hold your hands across the football in a horizontal fashion where it's really hard to control the football. When you go to do a ball drop, as we'll discuss later on, it's really hard to guide it down your boot. Simply, you just cannot control the ball as well from that position compared to running your hands down the side, where you can pretty much control the footy, palm the football if you like. Even with, I've obviously got adult-sized hands in this particular video, but even with that junior coming through, you have much better control holding the footy on the side there. Make sure your arms are just nice and long and relaxed. Don't hold them on an angle, like a 90-degree angle. But nice and long. That makes it easier and closer to your boot when it comes time to drop the ball. So getting your grip like that, nice spread fingers, nice and relaxed, nice long arms is step 1. Step 2 is all about facing your target and making sure your body, hips are all in line where you want the ball to go. So if you've got a target, make sure your hips and your shoulders are facing where you want to go. You want to try and avoid kicking on an angle where you have time to set yourself up. It makes it much easier to be accurate with your kicking when you've got a routine where you can straighten up, face where the target is, and kick towards that target rather than trying to kick around corners, is the old term. Hitting a target is quite difficult to do. Much better at all times during a game when you take a mark or got a free kick. You can straighten up and face your target, get your hips and shoulders facing where you want to go. It really makes it a much more consistent kick for you. Step 3 is all about your eyes. So firstly, you want your eyes on the target where you're kicking, but then you want to bring your eyes back to the ball as you're dropping it onto your boot and watching as you kick it hit your foot. You don't want to be trying to look away as you're dropping the ball. It's a lot more accurate when you watch the ball right onto your boot, especially as a junior coming through. So you want simply the step is look at the target, then onto your boot, and watch that ball onto your boot as you kick through. Step 4, really want to work on that one-hand ball drop. You don't want to be using both hands to drop the ball. If you're dropping the ball like that, it's really hard to get a consistent ball drop where it lands. Gives you a chance to kick off the middle of your boot. Ball dropping with both hands is really a habit that you do see a lot with junior players, but you want to be practice working with the one-arm ball drops of your right footer with your right arm, and simply just bringing your other balance arm up, sometimes in like a 90-degree angle, or pointing out on a 45-degree angle from your body in towards the sky, and allowing to give you balance, but if you're guiding dropping that ball right onto your boot. And this is where that long arms comes into it from your grip. Long arm allows you to get a bit closer to your boot. Step 5 is simply with your kicking foot, and that is having a really strong foot. You don't want a floppy foot as you kick. You won't get much power through the ball. And you really want to make sure you hit your laces and not your toes. If you hit your toes, you'll notice you won't get much distance or power out of the ball. Hitting laces is where the power is, and that'll allow you to get further distance, more penetration with your kick. You really want to follow through with a nice straight pointed toe where you're aiming to kick to, rather than don't try to let it flop and point another direction. Again, that'll affect your accuracy with your kicking. So making sure you finish with a nice pointed toe, and that will really help just be consistent with your kicking. So there you have it, the 5 steps to kicking a drop punt. Number 1, get your grip and how you hold the ball. Number 2, facing where you want the ball to go. Number 3, eyes on the target, then eyes on the ball. Number 4, one-handed ball drop. Number 5 is a nice strong foot. Hope that helps and hope that improves your drop punt kicking.